A breeding ground for NBA talent.
It's like a shark tank in the D-League. Everybody wants a job.
You're watching players are really one step away. You're seeing guys before they make it.
You see an absolute purity of guys playing for the absolute joy of the game.
That is bringing the Heat to ice-cold South Dakota.
We're very proud of our affiliation with Sioux Falls.
Bullet pass up ahead. Rodney Magruder.
They really are now a true extension of the Miami Heat.
Those habits and details that Coach Spoelstra is implementing with the Heat, we're implementing down here too.
A Heat lifer ran the show.
This whole opportunity is something I'm very grateful for. I'll always remember it.
12 minutes! How bad do you want it? And orchestrated the best performance in NBA Development League history.
A record season for Sioux Falls ends with the title.
This is something they can never take away from you. You're a champ for the rest of your life.
Inside the Heat, Sioux Falls Skyforce. Welcome to another special edition of Inside the Heat, the Sioux Falls Skyforce. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eric Reed. The NBA Development League is the NBA's official minor league system implemented to groom young and upcoming players, coaches, officials, trainers, and front office staff for the NBA itself. The D-League began in 2001 with only 8 teams, but by 2005, Commissioner David Stern announced a plan to expand the league to 15 teams, with each D-League team affiliated with one or more NBA teams. On June 10, 2013, the Miami Heat announced that they had entered into a single affiliation partnership with the Sioux Falls Skyforce and became hands-on participants in every level of their brand new enterprise.
4 years ago, the Skyforce, led by the Heineman family, approached us to become single affiliates. At that time, we were sharing the Skyforce with 4 other NBA clubs. We did our research and we thought that this would be a perfect place to develop players.
It's been a family business for a long time. My father, along with 3 other guys, bought the team in 1993 from another ownership group in Sioux Falls. It was going to leave town, and they wanted it to stay here. And then I started working here in 2001 after I left college, and been doing it ever since. It's been through a lot of ups and downs, different leagues, different arenas. But once we joined the NBA in 2006, it's been great. It's been a very important thing to our family and to the city of Sioux Falls.
We didn't take this lightly. We didn't just say we just want a team. We didn't care if you won. We just want our players to play. No, we want to show pride, and the Heinemans wanted the same thing.
There's going to be structure. There's going to be discipline. There's going to be accountability. You feel that the ownership there mirrors our ownership here.
It's a family-run organization. We both come from the same, philosophy.
I think we both have similar cultures. It's father-son relationship, managing a team. They're, a part of the community. They're family organizations. There are definitely a lot of similarities between the two organizations.
In order to further run parallel organizations, the Heat takes charge of the basketball operations side for the Skyforce and delivers the most fit office, player, and coaching staff.
The Heat have been great to us. Adam Simon has done a great job of, stacking the team with good players, and they've provided us with 3 great coaches so far. With Dan Craig being the latest who joins the Skyforce in 2015.
Really what, Coach Riley and Coach Spoelstra and the Harrisons have started with the Miami Heat is what I know. And bringing that down here to the Skyforce, it's something that I take a lot of pride in. Nice job.
The Heat uses their D-League affiliate like a farm system, helping develop players like Josh Richardson and Tyler Johnson, and recruiting diamonds in the rough like Hassan Whiteside.
Well, I think each year it's gotten better, our collaboration with Sioux Falls, and they really are now a true extension of the Miami Heat.
We try to implement the same type of philosophies, our offensive system, our defensive system.
We spend a lot of time talking about how the Miami Heat is a defensive organization. That started with Pat Riley.
Those habits and details that Coach Spoelstra is implementing with the Heat, we're implementing down here too.
Instead of a side pick, air on the side of setting a flat so we get them.
When we send a player down there, we know that the player will hear the same terminology, be running the same plays with the same play calls.
Wedge Canada! Wedge Canada!
That's how we feel we can get the most out of young players, by developing them in the same culture.
When I actually got called up for my 10-day, I didn't feel like, I was coming into a whole new team. I felt like I knew the offense, knew what the coaches wanted, and so it's an easy transition.
Here's Tyler Johnson. Oh, 3 ball sticks. So Tyler Johnson gets his first NBA kaboom.
There is a desire for players to come here and improve and get better.
So for us last year, we were able to send Josh Richardson down there, and that experience was invaluable.
Coach Craig did a good job of just, bringing me into that team and, not missing a beat and just kind of getting me a lot of reps at point guard.
When you only have 10 to 12 players, you get an opportunity to have live reps at practice, live reps in games, and that's invaluable.
We're very proud of our affiliation with Sioux Falls, and I think a lot of our players that we sent down there have really learned a lot and gotten an edge on what they need to know about playing in the NBA.
When the Miami Heat entered a single affiliation relationship with the Sioux Falls Skyforce D-League team back in 2013, they wanted to create a consistent look and feel that would mirror the Heat franchise in more ways than one. Now, the coaching staff and organization were very involved on the basketball side of things, making it a seamless transition for their players. At the same time, marketing, game presentation, and community outreach play a significant role for the Heat, and it was important to make sure that the Skyforce emulated those things, even though they were over 1,800 miles away in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
The correlation between the Heat and the Skyforce was done on purpose. We wanted to try to make these two teams as close as possible, starting with how the team looks in the logo, to working closely together with them on things like game operations and marketing and promotion.
This is a big deal for Sioux Falls and the size community we are to be affiliated with someone like the Miami Heat.
We treat it as a professional organization and have high expectations for everybody who works here. Definitely want it to be a fun attitude, one that people enjoy coming to work, but also fans enjoy coming to see the games.
Try to link up as much as we can, the Heat name and Heat Nation, and so I think there's a great spirit there.
All those little elements were done on purpose so that a fan in Sioux Falls would feel the connection to the Heat, and more so that a player who's going to Sioux Falls feels like he's playing in the Heat organization.
While the Heat and Skyforce share similar looks on the court, off the court, it's a much different story.
The weather's not Miami weather.
It's so cold and you can't really stay outside long.
In Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the average temperature in wintertime falls just below 10 degrees. But the weather isn't the only difference.
With the D-League, you don't have the chartered flights. Everything is commercial or it's by bus.
5-hour bus ride. Normally guys like to take naps. Guys like to listen to music, watch a movie or something like that.
We finally made it to Iowa. Nice little bus trip. About to get our bags, though.
From location to travel, the D-League also differs in the schedule.
The D-League season is 50 games. It starts in November all the way through April.
There's limited back-to-backs. There's fewer games, which does allow, with the travel, the players to get some rest.
Despite the various differences between organizations, both carry a strong fan base in connection to their city. In Sioux Falls, Force Nation reigns loud and clear.
They're the longest running minor league basketball team in the United States. There's a reason for that. The people here really enjoy supporting the team.
If you come to one of our games, you see it's a lot of families, a lot of young families trying to get their kids out and, just have some fun.
We started coming like 3 years ago because winters are really cold and it's something fun to do. Go Skyforce!
Enthusiasm, you can see it in the stands with the people, just as a frenzy. It's just fun.
And just as the Heat values being an integral part of their city, so does the Skyforce.
We've got a relationship with the local YMCA here. We have about 2,800 kids involved in the program. And this year, with our partnership with the Heat, we decided to have all the kids have Heat jerseys.
The front office staff does a really nice job about promoting the players and development, getting them out in the community, so it really creates a nice relationship between the Skyforce and the Sioux Falls community.
As the relationship between the Heat and the Skyforce continues to grow, one constant remains. Hard work and dedication is a standard for the players and coaches.
My goals coming down were to become not only a better coach, but a better leader and a better person, and really help these guys to try to get closer to achieving their goals.
Bullet pass up ahead. Rodney McGruder.
Guys in the D-League all play so hard because they're all trying to get a contract.
It's a grind, you know. Every day you just have to bring it and, you know, compete.
It's like a Shark Tank in the D-League. Everybody wants a job. It's where people go to make it.
What I love about Skyforce basketball is these guys, I mean, I'm watching them play on a Saturday night. They could be in the NBA on Sunday.
Liggins runs the floor. Darnell Stokes.
There's a lot of NBA talent. I play against an NBA guy every single day.
It's the next best thing to the NBA, and sometimes it's even better because these guys are all down here. They're working their tails off to achieve their dream.
You see an absolute purity of guys playing for the absolute joy of the game, even though they're reaching for that next step.
You're watching players who are really one step away, and you're watching them with all the competitiveness that you see in an NBA basketball. You're seeing guys before they make it.